ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ ನಾನು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸಜ್ಜಾದ್ ಪಾಷಾ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ದೇವನಹಳ್ಳಿ. Let us have a discussion on session number 20 on the topic rights of an unpaid seller. Session number 20 ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. So now let us start discussion on the topic of the session number 20. Rights of an unpaid seller. Now let us understand who is an unpaid seller. According to section 45 of the Act, an unpaid seller is one who has not received the whole of the price or has received a bill of exchange or other negotiable instrument as a payment and has been dishonored by the buyer or any of his authorized person. So here unpaid seller ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪಡಿಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಪಡೆದೇ ಇರೋ ಮಾರಾಟಗಾರ, unpaid seller. He has done his duties. Seller has performed all his responsibilities, all his obligations. He has done his part of duties as per the terms and conditions of the contract between with the buyer. Still, he has not received the amount what he is supposed to receive, what he has got right to receive. Then that seller is called as, treated as an unpaid seller. Unpaid seller. So section 45 prakara, an unpaid seller is one who has not received the whole of the price. ಅರ್ಧ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 10,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬೈಯರ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ 10,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. 5,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ, 8,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಪಡೆದೇ ಇರೋ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸೆಲ್ಲರು ಅನ್ಪೇಡ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲರೇ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Then if he has received, the seller has received a bill of exchange or other negotiable instrument like check as a payment, but the check or the bill of exchange has been dishonored, has not been paid for it on the due date, then in that case also the seller will be treated as unpaid seller. In such a situation, if the seller has not received the amount from the buyer, then what are his rights, what he can do within the framework of law, what the kind of protection the law has given to him. Then let us discuss the rights of an unpaid seller. The first right is right of lien on the goods for the period while he is in possession of them. So if the buyer has not paid fully for the goods which has been sold by the seller, then the seller will get the right of lien over the goods, right of lien on the goods for the period while he is in possession of them. So right of lien and ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ he will get the power to take back the goods, to retain the goods with him, to hold the goods with him by the seller. That is right of lien. Then the second right of stopping the goods in transit. Right of stopping the goods in transit. Suppose he has transported the goods from his place to the place of buyer, but in between, while still the goods are on the way, then he comes to know that the buyer has become insolvent and he has parted with the possession of the goods. Then in that case also he has got right to stop the goods in transit, because when a buyer has become insolvent, then he can suspect, he can doubt the ability of the buyer to pay for him. So in that case, he has got right to stop the goods on the way, half the way, and he can take back the goods. Then a right of resale as limited by the act, right of resale. So here, when once the seller has got back the possession of goods from the buyer, then according to the act, as per the terms and uh, requirements of the act, then he has got right to resale the so possessed goods from the buyer. So he can resell the goods subject to certain terms and conditions as limited by the Sale of Goods Act. Then right to withhold the delivery of goods if goods are in possession of the seller. If the goods are with the seller, like in any of the main one of the points I told, he will get the right of lien on the goods. If the goods are in possession, if the goods are in with the seller, if the goods are within the custody of the seller, then he can withhold the delivery of goods. He can stop the goods being delivered to the buyer if the amount has not been paid as per the terms of the contract. Then he has also got right to sue the buyer for the price of goods. If the whole amount is not paid in time, then he has the right, seller has got right to sue the buyer for the price of the goods. Means he can take the help of law. He can approach the court. He can approach the court and demand for the payment through the court order for the price of the goods. And along with the price of the goods, he has also got right to sue the buyer for damages for non-acceptance of goods. Like in the previous session, I told buyer must have to accept. It was one of the duties of the buyer to accept the delivery of goods if everything is okay from the seller. In spite of that, if the buyer has rejected rejected the delivery of goods, then in that case the seller will get the right to sue the buyer for damages for non-acceptance of goods. Then right to repudiate the contract. Like in the previous session, I told buyer has got right to repudiate the contract if the seller has breached the contract. Similarly, seller has also got right to repudiate the contract if the buyer breached the contract, if the buyer violates the terms and conditions of the contract. So here, in case the warranty is breached, then the contract is breached, then both seller and the buyer will have the right to repudiate the contract. Then right to sue for interest. If the price of the goods, if the amount has not been received in time from the buyer, the whole amount has not been received in time from the buyer, then for the delayed payment, he can sue for the interest also. Like beyond the normal time period, if the buyer fails to make the full payment within a particular time, then the seller can sue for the interest for the delayed period, for the delayed payment. That is also right. So these are the rights of an unpaid seller. Thank you very much for watching this video, session number 20.